All right, we should be live. Should be live. Going live. Let me know if it says it.
It says it.
Yeah.
You got the alert?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I see it. Cool. Well, welcome everyone to another beautiful Saturday afternoon this time. I will say we're at a different time. Hopefully everybody got the memo. We'll see some folks pop in here. We appreciate everybody who joins us each week. We have a special guest. If you haven't noticed down there at the bottom, that's not Delilah. We have a guest from Windows Central, Miss Jen. And Jen, you can tell me, do you want me, it's cool, I can just call you Jen. You want me to call you by handle or?
No, Jen's good.
Genbox 360, no?
I do find it weird when people call me that out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jen is great. That's good.
Cool. All right, so yeah, we got Jen here with us this week. We hope you guys are ready to get into it. Per usual, when we have a guest, we have some interview questions. We don't go, I don't think we go too crazy. I try to make them light when they're my questions and to be a little funny, but we'll
no
see.
Grilling.
Yeah, no too grilling. You know, I'm not asking you to solve world peace or anything like that. But yeah, let's get right into it. So, yeah. Do we want to do intros first, or do we want to do interview questions? I had interview questions before, but now I'm thinking maybe we should have done it differently.
Ooh. Warm me up first.
Okay.
Let's do intros. Let's do intros and what you've been playing. All right. What have you been playing? So I will start with the person below me, which is Miss Lady Infamous. Intros and what have you been playing?
Good morning. Still here in California.
Right? Yeah.
Good afternoon and good night. This is me, Lady Infamous, 415. I have been practicing a little bit of Call of Duty for my comp team. I'm trying to get better at Warzone because I think I need more practice on that. Have more confidence in Warzone versus, multiplayer. Remnant 2, I'm opening up the world now. I think I'm on my third world, and It is tougher as you open up the world. And I really am having a struggle. Last night, it looked at like a mansion type of world, and it had these enemies flying everywhere. And they were shooting you, and it was taking damage.
You're in Lowsome.
Yeah. Oh, see? So I'm having issues there, but I'm still enjoying the game. This is not uninstalled.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying it.
I mean, I didn't uninstall it. I just definitely did a 180 and about face, right?
Yeah.
And went to Boulder's Gate. But
I feel you.
Do you want to shout out your comp team? Because you mentioned that you're on a comp team, but not who they are.
I am officially a sister shooter. Shout out to all my sister shooters out there. And I applied, and I was in the cadet system, so it was like a 30-day probational period. So I made sure I go to the meetings,
I know, right?
Practice with the other cadets. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know I was going to get in. Honestly, I was like, okay, if I don't make it, that's fine. At least you try, But I made it now, so I'm focusing more on Warzone and making sure that we're definitely going to get the new Call of Duty coming out later on in the year. And shout out to all my sisters out there. Keep shooting them things. Lastly, I've been playing RimWorld, and we had a toxic fallout.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am. So that means you have to stay inside. You can go outside, but you'll likely have a chance to be infected from the toxic fallout, and it's going to take you a long time to recover from that. And sometimes you can get mutations with your character. So Delilah and El Boogie room was away from everyone else, so I had to keep them in there. And it was about a week game time to be able to be stuck in that room, and everything got corroded.
Yeah, I was gonna say, were we all malnourished and everything?
Y'all was cool because y'all had food and everything. Y'all was bored, but y'all was okay. Y'all had food.
Probably mad.
Y'all had a TV. Y'all had a chessboard. Y'all was fine. It was just that, yes, you were mad because you were stuck inside. I'm trying to get my
Wait. Back up. What about me? What about me?
Girl, I made you a art piece and put it in our room.
Oh my God. So we got stuck.
Yes.
For a week in solitary, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
you got some new artwork.
What you want?
I feel like always with your games, I get the shit end of the stick.
No, you don't. You got what you mean? How?
I know one time she died though, so
right.
You know.
But I reloaded the save and I brought her back.
Okay.
But it's still fun. I just enjoy it. I know I can get away with playing that game for hours and not bat an eye. And that's all I've been playing this week.
Cool. All right, Miss CHAREECE, tell the people, do your intro, and you can tell us what you've been playing.
All right, everybody, it's your girl CHAREECE here. First of all, thank you, Jen, for coming through. But of course, next week is our major update in Genshin Impact. We get our brand new world.
Oh,
I get new.
Didn't y'all just get an update? Because I swear my kid was talking about some update.
Again, we get an update every 6 weeks, but this is a whole new This is 4.0.
Okay.
So last one was 3.8. We get a brand new country to go to. We get new Archon quests. We get new characters. Like, this is a brand new experience here.
So this is more like an expansion.
If you want to say yes. This is their yearly expansion, if you want to call it. So it drops Tuesday at like, I don't know, because it shuts down for like 2 hours, then it takes like 3 hours to like come back up. So it's basically down for 5 hours, and then it comes back up, and you got a whole new world to explore. So I've been doing basically just upgrading characters, clearing out some old stuff, just making sure everything's ready. I am nowhere near ready, but I like to think I am. And then, of course, when I did have time, I played Baldur's Gate. So I originally had my character. What was she? She was a wizard, whatever. Yeah, she was a wizard. But I didn't like how that was going, so I restarted, and I'm Warlock. And but now it is like, I'm so loving this game. I love everything about this game, but turn-based combat, like it irks me a little bit, just a tad. But that's just me. But I'm not saying I'm bad at it. I'm just saying I'm more of a I like to be hands-on.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with the turn-based combat too, but that's because like we just had like a full conversation right before we even started the show. Like, I feel like I'm like fumbling through the game because I've never played D&D before. I don't really play turn-based games, but I think what draws me into this game is like the mythical realm that it's set in, the adult themes, of course, and then the fact that I get to make choices, and the choices matter, because like that's the whole thing to me, right? Like, don't tell me that I have choices and then the choices really don't matter, right? Like, we all talked about that with Cyberpunk, right? So you would say, no, I'm not meeting you at 7, and they're like, all right, see you at 7, so I love that I can make a bad choice and it actually matter. It can be frustrating because I definitely made a bad choice and had to go to a previous save, but
we've all done it.
Yeah. I had to tell her, like, you save often. You talk to somebody, save your game.
I really have had to
you have a fight, save your game. You walk 10 feet, save your game. It's literally be like that sometimes because you could turn a corner and end up somewhere you really didn't even know you were supposed to be at. But other than like the fighting is just like a small portion of this game. If like, I wish I can get to a point where I can go through the home game without fighting anybody. Like, if my charisma was just that high, that would be like awesome.
Right.
That's probably not possible. I don't know. I have to look up some guides. But on the plus side, like, this game is like been out for a while, so like there are guides to it all over the place if you need help.
For sure.
So
like, typing choices. Like, I didn't know until CHAREECE told me, but she's like, like, if you really want to know if you're making a bad choice, like, you can just type in the choice and somebody will tell you.
Like, somebody out there in the internet world has already did this quest. They will already let you know. If you're like, this is your options, just put in, and there you go. I'm trying not to do that on choice unless it's like a major choice.
Right.
I need to go ahead and pick who I'm a romance because that's the important part.
So do you only get to romance one person? Because
I don't know. But then if I get to romance multiple people, do I want to be that type of whorish person in my game? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I feel like this would be the place to do it.
You pick a main and like 7 side pieces. That's the beauty of the game.
Like my guardian dude, like I didn't think I was gonna make him that hot, but dude is hot.
Yeah.
I made mine hot on purpose.
See? And I was he got little cornrows and everything, and I was like, get it, daddy. But you know, so that's basically what I've been playing. So yeah.
Cool. And all right, so our guest, Miss Jen, introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are, what you do, and what you've been playing.
Hey, so yeah, I'm Jen. I write for Windows Central on the gaming team, so mainly Xbox stuff. Occasionally we do things like AI, so I don't just write about gaming, but it's my main focus. I've been playing Remnant 2. I've just finished the last boss. It took me 3 days, 3 evenings of trying to beat it. I nearly give up. I was so close, but I couldn't cope not having that completed achievement for it. But yeah, it was a sweaty fight. Probably the worst boss fight I've ever done in a game. And I've played Dark Souls.
You're making me a little bit nervous. You're making me nervous now.
I'm not selling it to you, am I now? But yeah, the game is really, really tough. Like my first world, I got a roll Nerude. I think I tweeted that I ended up re-rolling my campaign because I'm like, nah, I can't do this.
No.
Too hard. They'd really throw you in the deep end with that world. So I did have to re-roll. And it took me a while to get into the game. I actually went and played some multiplayer for a bit first, just to actually get some XP and some gear before I jumped into my own campaign, which helped a lot. And I'd suggest anyone else does picking that game up. But it is fantastic, and I've never heard of the franchise before, so it was completely new to me. I literally bought it because of FOMO. Just seen screenshots on Twitter and people saying it was like Dark Souls with guns and Destiny.
Yeah.
So
which is probably why it's like too much for me, because I like Souls light. Like I'm good with the light part. But when it gets too Soulsy, like I'm good. Like someone bought me Dark Souls 3 and I just had to say, I'm sorry, I cannot play this game. I couldn't get past the first person.
That is the worst pressure when someone gets you a game.
I know.
So, no, I have to enjoy this now.
Pretty pissed. They were pretty pissed. I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you can't even come help me because I can't get past this first person, and I'm not about to break my controller over a game. So,
well, like Dark Souls, it's just really, really tough at first because you haven't got the gear and you haven't learned how the game works, and it gets much easier in my experience anyway. But then, yeah, that last world, that last boss was just like a slap in the face. So yeah, good luck with that when you get to it. And then I've just started Baldur's Gate on my Steam Deck. I'm enjoying that. I'm still in the first village because I just want to talk to everybody and every creature, just in case I'm going to miss something. So I don't know if I'll ever finish the game, considering it's however many hours of dialogue, and I want to talk to anyone that breathes.
No, you see, they said I think 380 or 360 people completed the game in the first weekend.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not going to do that. I'll probably still be in that first village this time next week.
Right, yeah.
Talking to the cows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it though, yeah. I'm playing as a bard, so I can talk myself out of most fights. Really, really high charisma. I'd suggest playing that if you don't like combat.
Yeah.
I mean, you just want to charm the hell out of everybody. It's a really fun playthrough.
Yeah, what was I going to say? I think probably because I just came off watching The Witcher 2. Like I was like all in on this game. I'm like, oh yeah, this feels a lot like that world, you know? So I'm all in. That's my jam. So is that everything you've been playing?
Yeah, I don't tend to go around lots of different games at once. I like to pick a game, finish it, and move on to the next one.
Yeah.
So even the fact that I was playing Baldur's Gate at the same time as Remnant was a big deal for me.
Right.
I needed some kind of palate cleanser in between these boss fights.
And that's not my jam, but I totally get people who are like that. I think Lady is kind of on that. Like it's like she has a monkey on her back. Like something's calling her to tell her she has to finish.
Yeah, I have to finish it. I can't sleep at night. I need to finish this before I move on to the next thing.
I completely agree with you. It's just that like my space on my console is very limited with all the games that I have. I still have games I haven't finished yet, and I haven't uninstalled it because I know I got to finish it. I know the struggle.
Yeah, no, I'm very much new shiny thing is in front of me.
You
now
get distracted.
So now I want to do that. So yeah, I think I even tweeted out, it's like, ooh, piece of candy, like I need it. Yeah, cool. All right, I think we're good. Time for the interview questions.
Let's go.
Yes. All right, I'm pulling them up. Cool. So I feel like you're a seasoned gamer, maybe. Yes, no,
I'd say
maybe
so, yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, so what is your first gaming memory? Whether that's, playing with your dad, playing by yourself, playing with friends, all that, jazz. When do you remember?
My first gaming memory was playing with the kids next door, actually. I didn't have a console. The kids next door had a Nintendo. And they had the one with the guns attached to it, so we could play Duck Hunt.
Aw.
So that was my very first gaming experience, just going around there to play Duck Hunt and Super Mario Bros, which I was terrible at. And I still to this day hate side-scrolling platformers because of that experience. I just cannot cope with them. When I actually got my own system, it was a PC. So my stepdad was super into tech and having the latest things. So I was one of the first kids at school to have a PC at home.
Yeah.
And it was then when they came with loads of CDs,
right,
that you could just put in that had like tiny games or game demos on, and I would just play the demos over and over again.
Right.
I started off as a PC gamer, but nothing impressive. It was literally just playing things like Pets 3.
Yep.
Bringing up my own kittens and going on the internet and finding breeds and downloading them to my game, that kind of stuff.
So did you get into like any modding or anything like that back then, or was it just like this is what they gave me, I'm playing?
No. Well, you say modding again. With the cats, there were websites dedicated to certain breeds, and it was based on code. You would type a code into your game files to get like a calico.
Yeah,
sounds ridiculous,
right?
So we would do that just to get them to appear a certain way. That's about as close to modding as I got. I'm trying to think what else. I used to play a game as well that was literally just designing houses and putting furniture and putting wallpaper up. And to this day, I can't remember what this game was called. I don't even know if it was a game or it was just an interior designing program that I was sat playing as a game.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Dogs are barking.
No worries.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have real life.
Yeah.
Real life that happens while we're podcasting. Yeah, take that.
Yeah, if I get through this without being interrupted, it'll be a miracle.
So that was the first question, and I too had Duck Hunt. That was my first experience playing.
Oh,
games.
really?
Yeah, that was like one of my favorite. And what was it? Now I'm losing my train of thought because of the dogs. I had it right there. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going. Let's see. Okay, so I did a little backtracking, and I did see that you started writing for Windows Central back in, I want to say, August of 2022, right?
Very astute, yes.
Yeah. So was this your first literary journey? Like, did you write before this? Did you have your own like website or anything like that dedicated to games, or like, what did you do before, and like what made you try to write for Windows Central?
It's been a bit of a whirlwind, to be honest. I'm actually, I think, 3 days away from my 1-year anniversary there. It's all gone really quick. It's not my first literary journey, but it is my first in games media. Okay. So, 13 years ago, I ran a local parenting website.
Oh, awesome.
Which was and included doing reviews of things. Like I'd get to go to like a theme park and do review and do competitions and stuff for parents. That kind of thing. I ran a beauty blog as well before they all moved to YouTube.
Wow.
YouTube wasn't for me. But nothing really stuck. It was just me kind of like trying to find something to busy my time with when I was on maternity leave and then part-time. Once I went back full-time, I sort of give it all up. I've not really explored before like the past year writing about video games, but I've been very opinionated about them. And me and Jez are very good friends. We've been friends since we were kids.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yes, we come from the same hometown.
Oh, okay.
So I think he got sick of me sending him like paragraphs of rants about games.
Yeah.
And he said, you could write about this and people actually listen to you.
Yeah. Right.
But I always said, no, I can't do that. I don't want to put my name to anything. I haven't got the guts.
Yeah.
But to dip my toe in the water, I offered my services as a freelancer for Future. So they're the parent company of Windows Central, but they own other websites like Tom's Guide, Tech Radar. And I was just doing ads for them. So it might be like a company pays for an ad for a robot vacuum.
Right.
I would write that ad and then it comes up as sponsored on the website. So my name doesn't get attached to it. And it was just a way of me sort of practicing, getting stuff out there. And then eventually he was like, oh, let me introduce you to my manager and all that. And we had a chat over Teams or Google Hangouts, something like that. Can't remember now. It was a blur. We had like a bit of an interview and they took me on and I started just doing some gaming news. I think my first article was about a Excel championship.
Yeah.
Spreadsheet.
Yeah, I did see that. Which I'm like, I don't even think they do this anymore.
Probably not. Maybe after I wrote about it, they're like, oh, this is too embarrassing.
I know. I was like, really? Like, we're getting together to see how fast we can do Excel? All right.
Yeah. So I'd sort of jumped in there. I had to learn very quick.
Yeah.
I took to Twitter quite well because, like I said, I'm very opinionated. I don't mind spouting off on there. Got a bit of a following, and it has all happened really fast. I'm still shocked that people ask me to go on podcasts.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Are you for real? So here I am a year later.
I mean, for me, I saw someone who was like us, right? Like someone who like just loves playing, like, because I think that's what you see when you see your stuff, right? You can tell that you play, that you enjoy games, that it's genuine. It's not that, you're just doing this for a job, which we see, right?
We do, yeah. I think some people do. They do this, but they do it in a very sanitized way because they don't want to make companies angry. Whereas I just say, well, I think, I'm still doing it part time. I've still got another job, so I'm working 2 jobs.
Okay.
I do my standard basic government job as well.
Yeah.
But I have to for the family to have regular income and stuff.
Yeah,
and I'd love to do. I'd love to do something like this full time, but realistically, I've seen people in this industry be made redundant that have been doing it for a very, very long time.
Yes.
In my year here, so when you've got a family to think about, it's not that easy to make the jump.
It's scary.
Yeah.
For sure. Ladies, did you have anything to add on to my question, or?
Oh no, I was listening and learning, and
I know, right?
Being nosy.
Yeah, your bits about how you got started. I don't think people really understand what it takes to get started, right? So the fact that you did some promo writing before to get to the door, that's good knowledge for people to know, that you can do these smaller things first to start getting yourself accustomed to writing before you, jump into the deep end.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm low-key living vicariously through her when she was talking about her literary journey, because I have journals and poems and different little small things, and I just really enjoyed her perspective on it.
Yeah. So
it's when the passion's there, but you've not got the guts to actually put it out in public. It's difficult.
I mean, even being on here, right? It took us a while. I think we were no cams for 2 years before we started doing cams and being comfortable being on camera. And I still say that this is the most outward or most what is the term? Why can't I think of it right now? I'm more of an introvert, right? So this is probably the most outward that I am. When I'm on podcasts, when I'm on Twitter and stuff like that, because I don't really like talking to people, honestly. When I'm in person, I'm usually more shy or reserved. So, and people are like, really? Are you serious? You're always, so.
Oh, this is terrifying. I've told you before, I actually hate doing podcasts. I'll get so nervous. I'm going to feel sick all day. I did feel really comfortable coming on this one though, which is why I said
Yay.
yes. Obviously, you know,
Right.
I like you guys.
No, right? Yes,
This
that's
is
how we want it.
Yeah, this is the second one I've ever done on camera. The ones that I haven't done on camera have been blind drunk. So that's how I've got through them.
Yeah, well, we appreciate it. For
Maybe
sure.
one day I will just do one and not be nervous. But yeah. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah,
The best
word model, right?
Yes.
So I would be remiss if I didn't ask about your adventures in in taking things apart, right? So in the question I asked, are you, mechanically inclined, or do you just like to take things apart? And the reason why I've had to ask that is because if you don't currently follow Jen on Twitter, she took apart her Steam Deck to give it the most glorious purple shell. By the way, it would have been perfect.
It would have been beautiful. It was beautiful. It was just dead.
Yeah. So yeah, do you? I mean, is that something you do? As like a hobby, or you just were like, fuck it, I'm trying it?
Honestly, I'm not mechanically inclined at all. I'm just a moron. I'm like, I just get fixated on things. I just think, I was looking at these shells and I thought, oh, they look incredible. Atomic purple. I remember having my Game Boy Color in that. Like, I could have my Steam Deck in that color. How hard can it be? It turns out it's really, really fucking hard.
Yeah.
So there's a.
Do you think you know what went wrong?
Yeah. So I followed a YouTube video from the company to the letter, and I still maintain that Steam Deck worked on a dock. So I did put it back together and the electrical components were all working perfectly, but you had to put heat on the screen to loosen the glue to remove it, and I think that did the damage to the screen, and it's only something that I would recommend someone attempt if they've got a spare screen to put in it.
Yeah.
But again, it was me being impulsive. I didn't look through what was involved in putting the case on. I just ordered it.
Yep.
If I'd have seen that there was a step in there where you had to get a hairdryer out and blow it over your Steam Deck, I would have been like, nah. But once I got to that part of the video, I'm like, well, I'm halfway here now. I might as well finish the job. And I was just like praying it would turn on. It didn't. Ruined it. So yeah. I mean, I have redeemed myself. I've done a controller, which is a lot less expensive if it went wrong. But I'm confident doing controllers now, and I'm annoyed actually that I've got rid of controllers over the years that have got things wrong with them, like that have had dodgy bumpers or buttons, because now I know how easy it is to take one apart and clean it inside and move things around. I could have fixed them. Yeah, so I mean, it's an eco-friendly thing to do, regardless of just
I'm
wanting
need you to
something
make
to
a
look
video
pretty.
then, because if it's that easy, like I have a Elite right now I'm not using because the bumper got smushed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after doing the Steam Deck, it felt like doing a jigsaw puzzle for toddlers, putting a controller together. It was a breeze, and it was a lot less time consuming as well. There's just not the same amount of parts and things to go wrong inside. So I have got the bug now, and I do want to do more controllers, but I need to get hold of some like dodgy secondhand ones and try and bring them back to life.
Oh yeah.
I got a couple. I'm just holding.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to redeem myself and apologize for taking the life of that Steam Deck by maybe bringing back to life some other devices. We'll see.
That's an expensive experiment.
Yeah.
Girl.
Do you think that maybe you could buy like a third-party screen, right? Maybe, and just try to see if maybe you can replace the screen.
Well, you say that so the company that make the shells were really nice. They reached out to me and they sent me a new screen.
Oh wow!
An anti-glare one, but I haven't got the guts to try and do it. So I'm actually passing it on to one of my colleagues. Okay, they're going to do it with their Steam Deck to do a review of it. Yeah, but it's the proper fancy anti-glare that you can use outdoors. Yeah, felt really bad. I did tell them like I'm not going to fit this, but they sent it anyway. But it is going to go to another Steam Deck. It's fine, and I've got one working now. It's all good. It's all gravy. If it's any consolation, that Steam Deck that I broke was originally Jez's that I bought from him, so it was already secondhand. That's why I'm not too upset.
Yeah.
and now I've got a brand new one, so it's fine. I learned a valuable lesson.
Right?
Stick to your limits.
Yeah, I feel that way, right? Because like even though you didn't necessarily come out with a W per se, you still learned, right? You still learned something.
I did, and I
from the
made people
experience.
laugh in the process, so
Yeah.
it was worth it. I got some good reels out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, which your reels are hilarious.
Thank you.
Been meaning to say, like, I'm like, where does she find like all these little add-ins to make her reels? Like, are you using Instagram or what?
Do you know, again, it's just like little skills I've learned. I've always got like little funny ideas in my head, but I don't know how to put them in a bit. Like, I'm not necessarily good with tech and know how to put a video together. But like, I'll find an app to sort of help me learn how to do it. I've only recently learned how to use TikTok. My son was like showing me how to do different videos on it.
Yeah.
But just because I'm just so determined, like, okay, I've got this really funny idea, I need to put it in a video somehow, even if I don't know what I'm doing. I'm getting there slowly.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I do want to say shout out to Sourblow18. He says, he or she, not sure, what can be done to educate non-gamer women that games are not just a waste of time? How do you feel about women's representation in gaming? I'm assuming this is a he, right? And I'm assuming what you're saying is like the girlfriend that does not like their boyfriend playing games, explaining to them that they're not a waste of time. And I'll allow one of you guys to take this question. I mean, I could take it, but I feel like you guys have heard my opinion here. But maybe CHAREECE, lady, Jen.
That's a tough question because
I think that's a loaded question, which is the problem. I don't like the phrase educate non-gamers women for one. So I think the question could have been phrased a little bit better. But yeah, I have met women and men that have thought gaming is a waste of time and for children.
Right.
It doesn't seem to be valued or respected as much as someone liking movies or music for whatever reason. Even though just as much work goes into creating a game as that media, and they actually make more money than them combined. Why it's seen as a children's venture, I'm not sure. I mean, majority of games are for over 18.
Right.
So, I mean, you could have this conversation with that person, but I just think some people just won't change their minds about it and just do what you want.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I have a two-part answer. The first answer is that you and her gotta compromise. Like, your habit is gaming, your hobby is gaming. There's probably something she liked that you feel is ridiculous and a waste of time. So y'all gotta meet yourself in the middle and be able to compromise with that. Try to do something with her hobby, and she, make an attempt to do something with yours. Now, how I feel about women representation in video games, it's still not enough, but we getting there. I wish it was more, but I appreciate what we have, and I mean that in all spectrums. When it's as far as women, and
it's better than it ever has been right now.
Yeah,
you can say that.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about you, CHAREECE? You want to comment?
I was thinking, I'm gonna answer the second question first. First of all, we can always use more women in gaming. We are literally 50% of the population, but the numbers are still very low when it comes to behind the scenes, the women in the video games. Like, it's just we will always need to be more represented. Now, to get non-gamer, basically girlfriends, wives, whatever, to like not be so nagging, that's basically what you want to say. I honestly, truly, I do not know. In the long run, maybe you shouldn't have picked that one, but
I mean, that's what I thought too. Like, maybe that's not for you.
Like,
I mean, maybe you're trying to put a square peg into a round hole.
Yeah, if your significant other is dragging on your hobbies or whatever you like, then is that really your significant other? Like, when I met my husband, we were dating. I was like, babe, this is what I do. From Wednesdays, don't call me. I'm not answering. I'm playing my game. Saturdays, after my weekends, after I'm gonna play my game. Yeah, I make time for you, long as I'm but I'm playing my game. I'm not saying it to be mean, but I'm like, I don't even know how y'all got together long term, because that would have like killed me. And I'd be like, oh, I just holler at you when I see you. Like we'd have been like ships through the night or something. So I don't know. You should have, like, if you, okay, you say your girl, she likes to, does she like watch TV like for 3-4 hours at a time? Like, what are you doing at that time? Are you gaming in the other room or something? Like, there you go. But are you still making time for your significant other? Are you still taking care of your duties at home? Are you still paying the bills? Are you taking out the trash? Are you cutting the grass? Whatever. Because let me know. I don't do outside labor. So are you taking care of all that stuff right there? Like, are you taking care of the things that needs to be taken care of before you play your video games? There's levels to this, and if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then yeah, she can nag all she wants to. Yeah. But if you are absolutely taking care of home like you're supposed to, and you're just trying to get a couple of hours in of gaming after, again, this is if you got kids, the kids done went to bed, homework been done, whatever, nightly chores, like is your kitchen clean before your game turn on? Like, there's rules to this that some people just don't want to understand. Right. And if those things are not done, then yes, she has all the right in the world to nag the hell out of you. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, may not have been the answer you wanted, but it's the answer you got.
We're on to you. Is there more to this story?
That might not be what you wanted to hear, but that's what you're gonna get. Like,
you did ask a question, so
yeah. I'm sorry. Yes. There you go, Boogie.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So you got a break, Jen, in the interview. Thanks to the nice. So I did notice that you're a huge Diablo fan. It seems like you gravitate toward, like me, some of those games that are based in, like, fantasy, mythical realm, things like that. And I just wanted to pick your brain. Like, what draws you to that? Is it like, I guess movies that you watch as a kid, or you just like the fantastical nature of it? What makes you want to play those type of games?
I'm just not really that interested in the realistic type games. It's because gaming is such an escapism for me. It's it's helped me through some rough times in my life. Like Witcher 3 helped me through a bereavement. It's great to just go and play in a world that's high fantasy and not mundane and as far away from reality as possible sometimes. Right. I don't mean that to sound really dark and depressing. It's not. It's not meant that way. It's just what I enjoy when I'm trying to wind down. Yeah. I'm not interested in running around shooting soldiers and things like that. But fair play to those that are. If they can have fun and be good at those games. But it just doesn't interest me personally. I want to use a sword. I want to fight monsters. I want to bang hot elves in space, but
get it, girl.
I don't want to be racing no car.
Right.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, even that's for simple. like I love Forza Horizon, but not regular Forza, because it's just way too technical, way too realistic. And like there was a time for that, right? Like way back in the day. What's the one that's about to have the movie?
Gran
Turismo, right? I played that on the PlayStation and everything, and that was cool because that was like our first opportunity to play a racing game, and this is what they gave us, so you were happy to have it. But now that I know that I'm able to have more of a unrealistic racing game, I'd rather play that, because like you said, we have real life outside, so let's play the fantastical version.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. Okay, 2 more questions, and the last one is a doozy. What do you hope to see for women in gaming as we move forward? And what I wanted to say more toward that is the representation of us presenting games, not just being in games, because I feel like we're definitely getting onto the right track being in games, right? But I still feel like we're very much lacking in podcast spaces, in the 100%. Esports area, and just people who actually like talk about games.
Just what you've touched on, really, just more visibility for, that we're here, we play games, we have opinions, just more of us in the space and more respect for us. Like, we know that gamers are like a 50-50 split between men and women, but when it comes to like social media and podcasting, it's very much like 90% male dominated. I always like make jokes when I've been on podcasts before, and it's been guys that I'm breaking up the sausage fest. But it's not a total joke. I'm not there to be the token female. Like, I know just as much as you guys about these games, and they're still like the loudest voices in most of the circles that we move in on social media. It feels hypocritical of me to say it because I don't like putting myself out there, and I've made no secret of that, but I do try and force myself to do things. But I'm grateful that you guys do, and like a friend of mine, Doom Cutie, is doing her Confessions of a Gamer Girl thing in Australia. What's Good Gaming was one of the first podcasts I ever listened to about gaming, and it's all women. So we're out there. There just needs to be more of us. It's a different journey for us. We're more likely to be harassed online for having opinions that people don't agree with. And then if we are successful, we're accused of being successful because we're a woman and we've got boobs, and that's why people are following us. It's an absolute minefield, and the more of us there are out there, the more we can back each other up.
I want to add on to that too, to say, what do you think men can do to help, and what do you think women can do to help? Because I think that for a lot of us, unfortunately, we've been scorned, by other women, not just by other men, and it prevents us from collaborating, with each other, or being apprehensive about collaborating with each other.
Just supporting each other, really. Like I'll go on Doom Cutie's podcast at some point. I'm always retweeting her. I love what she's doing, and it's the same with men, really, to be supporting us in these spaces, and standing up for us if they see someone harassing us online for whatever reason. I have seen reactions to her starting her own podcast from male people in the space on Twitter, and it doesn't go unnoticed when people are making snide comments, about women having an all-women podcast, that kind of thing. So we could do with just a bit more support from the male side of things.
We hear the gambit. Like, they'll say, "Oh, we thought we weren't invited." Like,
that's not what this is about.
Like, we just happen to be all women. Like, we're not saying men aren't invited here.
You can still have a place at the table.
And we have quite a few men who have been on the show. So
that's not what it's about.
All right. So last question, and this is like, the hardest question for everyone who comes on. What is your favorite food item or dish?
I'm really indecisive. I hate having to decide something like this because I'm like, I have to eat something for the rest of my life. But I would say probably crisps. So that would be chips to you guys, like Lay's, that kind of thing. All flavors, love them. I can eat like 3-4 bags in one sitting. I'm absolutely mental for them. If I weren't worried about a salt overdose, I would eat them all day long. Love them. And so I've always been more of a savoury than a sweet person. All
so
flavors.
What are some of the crazy flavors that you've had of chips? Because like there's some wild ones. Like I got to go to Europe 3 years ago, and we stayed in London for.
What do you class as a wild flavour in the UK?
Oh, okay. So
interested.
So there was one. So one that was tame was like roasted chicken.
You don't have roast chicken?
We don't have roast chicken.
No,
that's one of the biggest flavors here.
No, we don't.
What does it taste like? Like, does it taste like chicken?
It tastes like chicken, but funnily enough, they're suitable for vegetarians.
See?
Yeah, so it's just chicken flavoring.
We have
so good.
We have barbecue, cheddar, cheese, sour cream, and onion. Those are the main big flavors here. Like very like
tame, very
tame,
mid.
Salt vinegar is like the spiciest chip.
Like
my favorite hands down is cheese and onion. So I don't know if you have an equivalent of that, but
Yeah.
cheese and onion pancakes.
Cheddar.
I'll even put them on a sandwich. We have crisp sandwiches here.
Yes.
It's a delicacy in the UK.
Oh, so
that
you
in the
really can
South.
go places and they'll put chips on sandwiches? Because we always say, well, I always say I would love to open up a sandwich shop where I'm putting some chips on your sandwich.
Yeah. Why not? You want the crunch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'll support it, like, and I'll order a drink from your sandwich, Boogie. But I don't think I can
but
order
not
a
a
sandwich.
crisp sandwich.
I mean, obviously, I wouldn't make you. I'm not gonna make people get chips, but it would be an option to get a bag of chips on your sandwich, ma'am.
I'll get a drink.
If you have not had so if you have not had a tuna salad or a chicken salad with some Doritos on it,
imagine that
you're
chicken
not
salad
living.
sandwich with some roast chicken chips.
Oh no,
You're
no.
not
I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it.
No, I'm not with it. No, I'm not with it. I can't.
Okay, let's be fair, CHAREECE, that your taste buds are, different from the rest of folks.
Yeah.
Look here. I'm only, I only turn my nose up at vegetables. I will eat some. No, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even like chips. I'm sorry. The whole idea is just like.
Oh, don't get me started on vegetable crisps. We have vegetable crisps here as well. So they're literally like dried beetroot and parsnip and carrot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's delectable. Absolutely.
Oh my god.
You don't know what you're missing. There's a buffet of crisps here. Come to the UK, we have the best food. You're all looking at me like
I agree. Like I probably had to me, so we went to London, to Paris, and to Barcelona. And it's probably a tie between Barcelona and London for me, but London just because of the sausages.
Mm-hmm.
The sausages were like something that we don't have, that crisp break. When you have sausages, we don't really get that as much here. So I really enjoy that. And I felt like the quality of food was so much better over there. So I loved it. I can't wait to get back. All right, CHAREECE, do we have any crazy things in chat that I need to call out?
Our chat is they're
They
still
tame today. They tame today.
I know, right? They're discussing
y'all.
which basically who are better gamers, and I say women are, but I could be biased. But we're nice today. We're nice today.
Yeah, I was gonna say the fish fry. I know that while I was there was like someone that had fish and chips like every 3 or 4 doors. It was like another place that served fish and chips, and everybody seems to do it different.
Because you guys don't have chips like we have chips. You have fries, right? Yeah, you don't have the really thick potato. Yeah.
Certain places will do it, but they usually call them steak potatoes.
Okay.
Or steak fries. Usually ours are like the thin fries. But yeah, cool. Well, hopefully we'll get you out here for a convention, and I can take you to all the places.
All the places. Yeah. All the places.
Especially if E3 happens again, because then I can take you to some taco spots.
See, we don't have enough of those here. We don't have enough places to get good tacos.
Yeah.
Things like that. Yeah, that I can get down with.
All right, so we're not, you guys know how we are. We're not going to be, I don't do a hugely long show. So some of the topics that I had in here, I'm going to next, because I'm not going to be on here all day. We like to respect people's time. So
I love that for us.
Yeah. So because we have Jen here today, I had to talk about this topic because I think that when people see the headlines, they probably think it's something totally different than what it is. But so GWG, which is actually I want to say that they're a publisher, but they're the people who just put out Baldur's Gate 3. That's where you will go to get it. Publisher, right? Am I saying the wrong thing? I feel like I am. Nobody's correcting me, so
okay.
I'm gonna say that
right. Where you can buy games from them.
Yeah, it's like Steam, right? But yeah. So, anyways, so their head of PR, she wanted to come out and explain how they've introduced a new initiative for menstrual leave. Okay. And it doesn't work the way you would think it works. So I feel like when people would see that they're instituting menstrual leave, that we are getting weeks off, which isn't really the case.
No.
So how this is going to work, right, is that if you feel like you need to take the day, you're allowed to take the day. You only have to, you can either give the morning of or 24 hours, within 24 hours or the morning of, and your boss cannot, I guess I want to say disapprove, right?
Reprimand?
You can't say no. You said what?
You said, I thought the word you were looking for was reprimand.
Yeah, no, it's more like they can't say no. So you can put in for the leave and they cannot say no.
They just can't refuse it, yeah.
Right. So you're allowed to have this leave. And they say more often than not, women are not using it, but that morale has gotten better because they know it's available to them. So I wasn't sure if you guys had a chance to look over it, but some of the key points that I don't think that we talk about enough, and I really want us to get to a level where it isn't weird, right, for us to talk about these things, because we talk about men's jizz on songs, right? So why can we not talk about women in their periods?
Yeah.
Because people don't realize that like this is even saying approximately 90% of women will have some symptoms, even just mild symptoms, such as swelling, headache, mood swings. 20% complain of symptoms that prevent them from functioning on a daily basis: nausea, abdominal pain, back pain, fatigue. However, even though most menstruating people share similar symptoms, employers from every country treat their needs differently. So I wanted to see how you guys felt about this initiative and if you would want this initiative.
Okay. I'm going to talk about it because I was dealing with that this week. Okay. Okay, let's be transparent. I know there's a lot of dudes and gentlemen in the chat, but just bear with us.
Yeah, because you have wives, you have sisters, you have daughters.
Yeah.
So,
yo, I had to thug it out on Tuesday because I was in so much pain. And for me at my job, I'm very in your face with people. I'm very, theatric at times. I have a spunky attitude, when it ain't that time. But that first 2 days, it's just like, I'm not 100%. I'm like 80. I'm like 75. You got this like this. While I'm making drinks during rush hour, I'm not going to be like the best person to be around.
Right.
So, and, sometimes in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, I wish I could have took the day off and just
to gather yourself as well.
Yeah. So it seems like when it comes to mental health or physical health, it seems like other countries that ain't this is doing it better for them, but not for us. And I would like to have this implemented because there's going to be some women out there that have worse symptoms than mine, and they really need to take the day off. And it shouldn't be frowned upon because I want to take a day off because my cramps are killing me. I shouldn't have to resort to taking like Aleve or Advil, popping them like, pills during the day just to be able to function and do my job.
When you could be resting up, yeah.
Right.
Yes. Like I said, America is really ghetto at times. And I'm gonna be honest. Yeah.
I'm lucky enough that in my day job, I only have to be in like the office 1 day a week.
Yeah.
But if that day hits the day of my period where it's the worst day, the day where when I stand up I feel like my ovaries are going to fall out my body, I will work from home. And my manager's got no issue if I was to say that, but my manager's female.
Right.
If my manager was male, I probably wouldn't be as comfortable saying that was the reason why I wanted to work from home that day. So I think that helps with this, having this in place and them knowing that their employer understands the stigma that's attached with asking for this kind of leave will help them loads. It just helps morale in general.
Yeah. I think that like one of the key points to hit on is that like many opponents, right, to having this is that they will say like it's an opportunity to overuse sick days and avoid work, which I don't understand why that's always the go-to, right? Like
there's always going to be people that will take advantage. We know that.
Yeah,
We've
right.
worked with people that will use any excuse to get out doing anything. There's always going to be a very small minority of people that will take advantage, but that's not reason not to offer something like this to your employees. You shouldn't taint everyone with the same brush. And it doesn't matter if someone does that, it's regardless of if they're a man or a woman that have used any kind of policy to do that.
And I'm sorry to cut you off. But essentially what you're saying is because this small minority may overuse sick days, everyone else who is in need, who would use this properly, is now being punished.
Yeah, and that shouldn't be the case. Those individuals should be dealt with.
Right, individually. And you should have like, so why can't you just think of a plan to reprimand those people?
Yeah.
Right, or checks in place to ensure that it doesn't get overused, right? Because no one's having a cycle for a fucking month. So obviously they're not going to be able to take more than a month. Obviously you should have something in place where they're not taking more than a week, or you're recommend them to go to the doctor to get a note or to just be seen to ensure that something else isn't wrong with them. Because
at some point you need to treat it like a health condition if it's causing that much issues to somebody every single month and they are using that many days. That's a different conversation to have, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. And it's like all of us have to continue to have these conversations so that the unfortunate fact of it is that you men have to get used to having the conversation, because you're going to be the ones who are also going to have those conversations with these strangers, and we just have to get used to having the uncomfortable.
You need to be comfortable talking about it.
Yeah,
it's life.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so that was one of the topics like I absolutely had to talk about, because when I saw it, I was just like, "This is awesome," because I'm definitely one of those people who would benefit from something like this, because there are times, it's not every month, but there are times when you wake up and you're just like, I don't want to move. And like, there's no reason why I should have to be in complete pain all day just to come to work, to show a brave face, right? Because let's say if, a dude, had, an engorged testicle, right? You wouldn't want to come to work. You would be like, I'm taking a sick day. So, I don't know. CHAREECE, I don't want to forget about you. I don't think I hit you.
Oh, no. I was just listening to the conversation because y'all right. And honestly, America wouldn't have this problem in the first place if we had unlimited PTO to begin with. It ain't like we not trying to do our work, but like, we just trying to live and function without, doping up on 800 milligram of ibuprofen every 2 hours.
Right.
Just, we'd rather be functioning. And if we need to take some time off, hey, we could do that if we, didn't have to worry about putting food on the table all the time.
You shouldn't be having like anxiety because, or feeling a certain way because, I want to work and make money, make sure my bills pay, but I'm feeling bad. It shouldn't feel like you have to, you shouldn't have to like choose. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't feel bad for choosing to stay home and feeling better with yourself versus going to work,
Right.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about and it's on like the little thumbnail here, and we touched on it last week when we talked about the rumor, right, or the rumor of a Red Dead, the original being remade, and I'm actually citing Jen's article from Windows Central here in our notes, but there's been a lot of discourse online because it was actually announced that it will not be a remake or anything of the sorts. It's going to be a direct port. And not only that, it's going to be $50. And you know how, you know how I already feel about remakes and all this stuff. But the biggest thing is that, they're kind of like, which I feel like a lot of these studios do this to themselves. Like, you come out and you say, we're going to take care when we do any sort of remake, remaster, anything like that. We'll make sure that you're getting, real improvements. And then they do something like this, where this is just a direct port. And many people were quick to realize that anyone that's on Xbox can literally play this game if you already own it or you bought it beforehand. And I think maybe you can still buy it. I'm not quite sure. You'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but
yeah, you can. It's $30.
Yeah, so it's $30, and you know how Xbox works. They're going to automatically upgrade you to 4K, so you're already getting upgrades there. So, I mean, how do you guys feel about not only is this another cash grab, but it's almost like a spit in the face saying it's worth $50.
No,
it did come out and say this is worth $50.
It is not worth $50. It is, this port is actually insulting with people intelligence. People that ain't never played Red Dead at the time it came out. Personally, I ain't gonna fall for it. I don't have no. If I really, really want to play Red Dead, I can pop the CD. I mean, I can pop the game disc on the Xbox and play backwards compat, or spend $30 on a digital, which is less than the initial price. They got it. They can have it. It's a no for me, dog. I'm telling you. And when people are like defending it, I'm like, this is just stupidity at its finest. It doesn't have anything, absolutely nothing that changed. It'll probably have the same bugs it had when it came out. So if you want to spend $50 on that, though, it's okay. They got it. They can have it. The people who praising it need to stop praising it. At some point in this space, you just got to stop listening to stupid people. It's stupid takes. That's it.
For me, it was just the goal of it being Rockstar doing this after they are the ones that drew the line in the sand and said they don't support lazy remasters, lazy remakes. So they built fans up to expect a proper remaster, and then they just bring out this super lazy port. And
but they already did a horrible remaster.
The trilogy was it Vice City, San Andreas, and 3 or 4, I think, and it was together, and it was about $60-$70, and it was horrible.
Yeah, that wasn't very well received either, really. But
so maybe they were just like, well,
maybe they're just like, oh, we won't bother. We'll just charge $50. Someone will pay for it.
Exactly, Jen. Exactly what they did. They said somebody gonna buy it. We might get $100K. We might get $500K. We're gonna spend an old game. And like I said, if you really want to like play Red Dead, you better find a disc and hope your console
Who is paying $50 for a 13-year-old game when we've got all these amazing new games this year? Right. That's what I want to know. Who is the market for this?
Dumb people with money.
I mean, yeah, because it's just like,
come on, Rockstar.
In like so many other places than to be playing this old game. Yeah, it's a huge L for them. I feel like
it's the biggest L, because what else y'all, other than GTA 6, what else y'all got? Y'all ain't pumping out nothing. Y'all been pumping out ports and remakes and remasters and hella updates to GTA 5 Online. I can have the whole world up there right now. I need something fresh from them. I need something new. I need something different.
It's just frustrating because we've seen what they're capable of when they do put effort in. Like, Red Dead Redemption 2, one of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah.
Right.
And GTA 5 was great, but not like years later after being put on every single system going. Just let it go. Move on.
Because it was on 360, it was on the Xbox One, and now it's on the Series, and it's like,
Yeah, just give us something new. You're capable of brilliance. Where is it?
Yeah.
Give us something worth $50.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Do we need to start having the question, right? Because I've seen also a lot of people talk about Baldur's Gate 3 and how so many people are praising it, right? But at the same time, it took like 400 plus devs, took, years upon years to develop. And it's like, if that's going to be what we want, then development is going to take so much longer. So do we need to? Yeah, go ahead. I see you about to say.
Yeah, I think that's taking the argument too far in the other direction. We don't need every game that comes out to be the scope of something like Baldur's Gate 3. It's fine to have a game as incredible as this once in a blue moon. I'm really grateful for short games like Hi-Fi Rush that I can do in a few hours. I don't want everything to be like Baldur's Gate, and we've got Starfield coming. That's going to be, hundreds upon hundreds of hours. Not every game has to be that kind of scope. So we shouldn't be arguing that either. There's a balance to be had here. What we just want is the quality in the games that come out. It doesn't necessarily have to be the time and multiple dialogue options.
So to put my business hat on, I feel like what we're starting to see is that maybe we're going to have to pay more for a game like Baldur's Gate, or wait longer for a game like Baldur's Gate, or or see things like we saw where it's put out in beta for years just to perfect, right, before it's released.
Which
in
this
a full
this
state.
has been. It's been in early access for ages. They've been taking feedback from the community. A lot of work has gone into this. So if you want a game of this quality, you are going to have to wait 6-7 years at a time.
Right.
And then on the other hand, we've got games like Vampire Survivors. What's that? $5?
Yep.
Incredible game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So they need online co-op though. Let's keep it a buck. They need online co-op.
But we don't need everything to be this sprawling fantasy world that's gonna have overarching dialogue. Not every game has to be that way.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. Hopefully we'll get there. I feel like the business aspect of it is we must make AAA, quadruple A games because that's where the money is.
I'm telling you now, if I see somebody posting a clip from a $50 port of Red Dead Redemption, I'm clowning you.
I'm gonna drag him.
I'm dragging him or her to the ground.
Yeah.
And tell them they're not bright. That's all. Right.
We're all playing Starfield on Game Pass, and you bought Red Dead Redemption for $50.
So I found another article from Jez, and I think I'm probably the only one on the podcast, probably besides Delilah, that has like really, really been following, what's been happening with, the acquisition with ABK and stuff like that, and how it's kind of had like this kind of effect on the industry right now. And I saw this article from Jez talking about cloud gaming, and I really thought it was very poignant and interesting, right? Because I don't think we take a second to step back and look at Xbox this critically, right? And I kind of talked about it at GRG last night, was that the fact that, if next week we, are doing our normal workday crap and we find out that the ABK deal is done, that Microsoft is able to move forward, that it will then be most likely immediately overshadowed by PlayStation announcing all this groundwork that they've been doing in the shadows, right? As far as cloud gaming and stuff like that, because I think that they definitely know that this is where we're headed, where the industry is headed, that there's going to be a new market here, and it's not going to be a niche market. And I think that they're laying the groundwork on their side to get there. And Xbox is almost having to either sit quiet or not expand to not look as dominant for the ABK deal. So what I wanted to say to you guys is, do you feel as though Microsoft could essentially put themselves in a bad space by either not making moves to bolster cloud gaming, or essentially trying to make themselves look less dominant in the space and allowing its competitors to essentially possibly leapfrog over them? Lots of words.
I'm a start. Then
Okay.
I think I'm gonna start. How about that?
Okay. Is it gonna be petty?
No, it's not. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe at the back end.
Right.
I can understand why they're quiet about it now, though, because again, they're trying to, calm the fears of politicians in power.
Right.
CMA.
Yeah. So they're trying to, so they're not gonna overplay their hand, basically, and like, hey, this is what we're doing. But I feel like as soon as this deal is, the ink is dry on the paper, they got the copy in these desks, that they need to, like, hey, we still are doing this. Like, they need to remind people that this is coming, this is what we're doing, this is what's happening. Because again, the minds of gamers and the general public is very fickle, and they can't remember nothing past like an hour ago. It needs to be at the forefront, like how regular games are advertised, how Game Pass is starting to be advertised. Cloud gaming should also be advertised. And the features that it have, because again, we're going to be at PAX on our tablets, most likely trying to play Starfield in the corner. But like, again, not a lot of people know that you can do that. But it should be that should be like a forefront. And then when these other games start coming, like again, with Candy Crush, can I get that on Game Pass also? Like, can I be cloud gaming? Can I bring one game over? Like, it's just, the capabilities of this is endless, and Microsoft and Sony needs to jump on the ball to let everybody know what's coming and what you can do with it. Because I'm not even gonna lie, I have tried the cloud gaming on my PlayStation, and that mess is confusing. Or maybe Xbox has made it so easy that I just don't feel like taking the time to figure it out. So I don't know. That is my opinion, that they just need, as soon as that deal is done, they need to start back marketing and letting people know that this is out there.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I found that was interesting is that he cited that they were, what do you want to say, not making more servers right now. And I think that almost undoubtedly has ties to the ABK deal, right? Like, they're not allowed to show that they are even getting more, large than what they already are, right? Because they're attempting to appear as if, they're not the biggest game in town, right?
Until they've got the servers as well, they're not going to advertise it the way they should be. I mean, I think cloud gaming is incredible. I use it all the time.
Yeah.
Having a family that want to use the main TV, it's amazing being able to just pick up my mobile phone or the GCloud or whatever and just, get a game up. And I tell everybody about it who plays Xbox that did you know you can play a lot of these games on any device? But they don't advertise it themselves very well. I mean, even at Windows Central, it was a surprise to us one day. Someone on the team, now it's when you searched a game on Bing, it came up Play Now, a button. You can just play it from the browser. Amazing. But where was the advertisement from Xbox that was put into Bing? It's wild. But the reason they're not advertising it is because they don't have the capacity for too many people to be using it.
Yep.
Which is a shame. And when that will improve, I don't know if what Jez is saying here is true, that they've taken stuff off and they're winding it down. But I think it's one of the main selling points of Game Pass Ultimate.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, and I mainly play on an Xbox Series S, so I don't install games straight away. I will try them on the cloud before I install them.
Yeah.
Because of space. Again, that's great, not having to sit waiting for a game to install. You can just play it.
yeah, I know that like one of the things that I anticipate doing, you know, when we go to PAX West is to play Starfield via XCloud.
Yeah, on any device, which is amazing. And again, cloud will probably get more popular as better games are added to it, because obviously not everything's on it. One of the main points in this article was that PlayStation are offering already ways to play the games in your library that you own. I mean, you can do that already through services like NVIDIA, GeForce Now. I've been playing with that, trying Baldur's Gate through it as well on my laptop, because my laptop's not a gaming laptop. And it's great playing games that I can play that I own through my Steam library, and I'd love to be able to do that with my Xbox. And you can't currently unless you do console streaming, which is patchy at best.
Yeah.
If they find a way to sort that out, that would be a boon for Game Pass as well.
I always feel like I'm like waiting for you to continue saying something.
Sorry.
It's like,
I should say over and out.
But yeah, what about you, lady? I don't think I got your opinion here.
Look, as long as I can be able to play my games from my preferred console, damn near anywhere I go, it's cool with me. Now, if they're limiting certain things based on the article, you should see. To me, it's thinking like what those resources is going towards. You know. As far as Sony, I think with Sony PlayStation, they're playing the catch-up game a little too late on a lot of things.
I don't think it's too late per se.
I say too little, too late. I mean, when cloud gaming started, and when Game Pass started, and backwards compatibility started, it was really a lot of hate from people who weren't a fan of Xbox and really spending time, you know, energy on downing these features. And now it seems to me that Sony is trying to pick up what they have. So I just wanted to be more accessible and more seamless, really, honestly.
Right.
That's like the main thing. I don't care who you repping, if your cloud gaming ain't, you know, as smooth and accessible, if I'm in a hotel room in another city, then that's
right.
That's
it's like
or
I
at the
can't really
airport,
use it, right?
Or at a doctor's office, you know, or at the courthouse, or whatever you're doing, you know, something that's outside from home.
Yeah, I'm mad you guys are in the chat talking about playing games at work, but out yourselves if you want to.
Not me. I don't play no games at work.
Right. All right. So
I'm not even going to tell that lie. I ever bring my controller, and I used to play Destiny too.
You already telling people like you're not supposed to be telling people that you play
Why are you
games at
telling
work.
on yourself? Why are you telling on yourself?
I am. You know what? Let's just leave it alone. Let's just leave it
And
alone.
I'm told myself not to
Moving on,
forget
moving
about
on.
music today. So sorry, guys. Delilah's not here. I forgot about the music today. But we're getting to the end of the show. We're gonna get tidbits in here. You guys know the deal. We're not gonna take like a ton of questions, but
Question your question.
I put it in the chat. If you have a question, make sure you have a question in big bold. We are not going to be searching for question in tiny little letters. You know the deal.
To make it easy for us, guys.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we wear glasses for a reason.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's get to our tidbits. I got a couple of tidbits in here, but ladies, you know how it works. If you have any tidbits, you know, you're free to add them. So the one that the three that I want to call out is August 23rd. It starts Ashoka on Disney Plus, which Disney Plus is kind of on my shit list right now. Disney as a whole, because Bob Iger is like on a rampage. And
I'm not spending $13.99. They better figure that out.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but like, fuck that guy. I don't know. Like and it's funny because before he came back, I really liked him as a CEO for Disney, mainly because of what he brought to Disney for me, selfishly, right? Because he's the one who brokered the deals for Marvel and for Star Wars, right? And I've been able to. I lived in LA before, by the way, Jen. So I would go to Disneyland like every other weekend. Like
Right.
Disney is my happy place. Disneyland is my crack. I go through withdrawals, and now I only get there once a year. It's very sad, but so I've been able to see all the joy that we've been able to have at the parks due to Marvel and Star Wars and all that good stuff. But now that the man is back, he's gone back to like very old business tactics, and I'm not here for it. I don't like it. You're getting paid, I want to say, upwards of $28 million a year. And what are you doing? You're not solving world peace. You're not solving world hunger. Your emails do not cause orgasms. I don't understand why you're getting paid this much.
Ooh, child.
Yeah.
She's angry.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Watch Ashoka on the 23rd. So CHAREECE's Smut Queen title is still in question. FYI, she put some very mild, tame animes in our Discord trying to prove that she is still a smut.
Again, I don't know what y'all want me to do here. I'm not trying to get banned from my own Discord.
Who said we gonna ban you?
Right.
I might ban myself. Like
So
I might post
You cannot ban yourself.
and then leave for like a couple of days because I'd be like,
yeah. Jen's unfamiliar. CHAREECE is our resident smut queen, right?
That's a pretty cool title.
Right?
Thank you.
It is one that she's about to hand back.
I lose. I'm gonna lose it.
But she recommended a show. What's the show? The husband show, or My Happy Marriage.
My Happy Marriage
on Netflix, anime. And Delilah watched it. I watched it too. I enjoyed it. But Delilah, CHAREECE made the disclaimer: make sure you watch it before you let kids watch it
because it's abusive.
Abusive.
My bad.
Right. So she didn't specify that. So we were thinking it was going to be some smut. It is not. It's just a girl who was very abused. So anyway, she went into Discord and added like a bunch of new animes for us to watch. And we're like, hey, these are animes for you to watch. So I watched Goblin Hunter.
Goblin Slayer.
It's mainly gore. There's some sexual stuff that happens. It's very gory. Yeah,
it's very gory. But the story is nice. Nice.
Whatever. That one is an L, I feel like.
That's subjective then.
Yeah. And the other one that I did get a chance to watch was how the one girl found her way into the Duke's castle.
Right. Yes. That's on my watch list.
There's no sex. Let's just call it what it is. There's no sex.
Oh, see, that kills my joy.
Yeah.
Because I haven't watched that one yet. That was on my watch list.
All right. Well, look. Either put smut in the smut column, or don't
you know what?
At us with I'm sending you smut.
Yes, ma'am. I'll do better next time. I'll do better.
You can't tell us, I'm giving you smut. This is not safe for work, and then it's not that. I'm
gonna start.
You need to manage expectations.
Right.
Thank you. See,
she's on my side.
I know. I'm trying to hear it without.
You need to rough it up.
Yep.
Okay. You know what? Okay.
You've been called out.
I have been called out, and I feel kind of hurt by this.
All right.
Oh my God.
You'll be all right.
It's the kick in your butt that you need.
You know what? Okay, then we gonna just have to do what we gonna do.
So my last tidbit, and then I'll let you guys do tidbits. Is vacation.
She's going on the dark web right now.
I got links on my phone. Like y'all,
you'll regret this.
Do not come for my head.
Look.
Like we're gonna have to make a whole new thingy with the knives, not safe for work. Don't open nothing while you around small children and little animals.
Stopping you, okay? We do have not safe for work channels in our Discord. Our memes channel is one of them because you guys were getting a little too risque with the memes. So, but yeah. So my last tidbit is that Vacation Friends 2 comes out on Hulu on August 25th. If you haven't seen it, it's hilarious. Definitely.
I have not.
Yeah. So it's funny. If you ever saw what's the Vince Vaughn one when they went on vacation with all the couples retreat.
Yeah.
It's along the same type of deal. It's funny vacation movie. Those are the type of movies that I like to watch. If it's not comedy or action, don't give it to me. I'm not trying to cry on a movie. Yeah.
Thanks, Barbie.
Huh?
I said thanks. You said you was not trying to cry in the movie.
I know.
So
Barbie was
thanks,
funny
Barbie.
though. Barbie was hilarious. I did tear at the end just because it was like,
Oh, Barbie cut me deep. Don't start me on that one.
Yeah.
Right. So
I had a sob in my car after
You
Barbie.
know,
It really got
you're just
me.
like, yo, I have felt that. All right.
I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. But other than that, Barbie was awesome. Satire, right? But cool. So those are my tidbits. If anybody else has tidbits, feel free to hop in.
Okay, I don't have a tidbit. I got like a show and tell, memory lane. But before that, Pragmatic Eagle, thank you for the $10 super chat. Women with glasses are amazing, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. I had to do some deep cleaning, and I found these pens from conventions.
Oh, are you gonna make a board?
I think I will.
All right.
I think I will. I'm gonna buy corkscrew. I think corkscrew wallet. I just and
Just getting creative.
Yeah, and I can put it next to my gaming station because this is memories of going to the conventions, and you know, I don't want to throw them away. I don't want to do none of that. I just want to put them somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
And I know some of these people. I know people will like flip them at the conventions when we went, and they had these given to us. They'll go online and flip them, but I kept them.
Oh yeah, I kept on mine too.
I kept mine. So it's just with your hobby with video games, my pride pen. I remember the lady at the Microsoft Theater. She bought us this in line.
Oh yeah,
Pride Xbox, because she said it was a limited edition. She wanted us to have one. So shout outs to her. I don't remember her name. When it comes to gaming, if don't just sit inside the house playing the game. Try to go to a convention. Try to go to an animation con.
It's a small local one. Those are fun too.
Try to go to Artist Alley.
Pokemon Go then. That's what this was leading into.
Yeah, no, I was on Pokemon Go heavy. The girls will tell you, like I was on it heavy for a minute.
I was at the start,
yeah. Then even just like a few months back, but then they upped the cost for like doing remote raids and stuff like that, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm not playing now because you doubled the cost for me to play now.
So that's all it for my tidbits.
Okay, CHAREECE, tidbits, titty bitties, all that.
I got nothing right now.
Nothing. Oh, because now you've been swiped with the no longer.
Oh no, not side swipe. Bring it over.
Oh, okay.
But we coming though. We coming. Like I got ideas in my head now that y'all, I just don't want y'all to be like looking at me funny, like, ooh, what this girl be reading? And I'm like, you know what? This is what you asked for.
No, we asked for anime. We asked for anime shows, not books. Shows.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I would love for you to do a video on your picks and put it on GWG, CHAREECE.
Yeah, that's a good one for our TikTok. CHAREECE's anime picks.
Anyway,
all right.
Okay, like, my bad. Okay,
right.
I don't have any.
We'll see. Yes,
all right.
All right. Jen, what about you? Any tidbits? Anything that you want to suggest for the viewers to read, watch, eat?
I will say, if you're looking for smut, I did share recently, like many other people did on Twitter, that Overwatch 2 is the lowest game rated for 2023, and it's being beaten by something called Sex Prison.
Oh yes,
Maybe for science, you should download that game and play it for us and share some screenshots.
For science.
Sex Prison?
Right. Is it anything like Boyfriend?
It's not the worst game. Overwatch 2 is.
I need to know what Sex Prison is.
Right.
We all need to know, and I think we know who needs to find out.
Yeah. Sounds like we're gonna need to download that after.
There's 4 3 versions of Sex Prison. I think
See, it's so good. There's 3 versions of it.
Yeah, I think the one I saw on your tweet was this. Oh God, it is negative. Huge Boob Studios.
Really? That's the studio name?
At least you know what they're going for here when you buy their game. You know exactly what you're going to get.
What you're getting, right?
But you know what they're doing? We've said it before. They're managing expectations.
Yeah.
We know what to expect from a studio. Look all that.
See?
Right? Because if they weren't making those type of games, you'd be like, you know.
Yo, this is ridiculous. Sex Prison is an adult-only visual novel. The game tells an exciting story about life in space prison in the distant future. Players will be plugged into this story in which the main character is firmly convinced and set to prison. Oh, yo, this is porn. This is porn.
Duh.
Interactive.
I actually did recommendations from Steam the other day. Like they had, like, you know how they'll do the extra window pop up and there's like adult novels, you know, you should check out. Yeah. So, anywho's, my kiddo walked in here. She wants me to tell you guys to read the Zelda novels. She's been reading them. She has a few of them that we picked up at Costco. So, you can read about the Zelda games.
Yeah, because did anybody finish Zelda?
I don't know. Did you finish Zelda? No.
I know you're not asking me that question.
I know we didn't buy it. I didn't play. Before we forget, we have a $10 super chat. Oh no, we said a super chat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I did.
And then we're only going to do one question, and then we got to get out of here because it's food o'clock.
Yeah, it is food o'clock. I do want to say that we should have our special announcement on Monday, right?
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday. And anybody who's in PAX in Seattle, specifically on the weekend, come through and see us.
Yeah.
Make sure you come find us. We got some surprises.
Follow our Twitter because we will be live tweeting. We do have giveaways and things like that happening coming up for PAX. So yeah. Okay, CHAREECE, pick a question.
Oh, pick a question. Oh, we only got one more left. Question. Is it safe to say no one is interested in Stray on Xbox?
Yes.
Ooh.
I ain't gonna lie.
You know what? I'm just overstimulated. There's too much going on. I can't care about it. If it had come out this time last year, I'll be all over it.
I just don't want to pay full price for it.
I'm not paying full price for Stray.
It's not a $70 game though.
How much is it?
I think it's $40.
That's
too much.
At the same time, it's too much. All right. Well,
it's 25 to 30.
No, not even that. 20 or lower. I'll play it. I'll play it. I'll get nice and baked one day, and we'll just go through the world of Stray together. But $40 is not enough money. That is too much money.
Yeah, well, make sure you have music playing in the background because no one talks.
Okay, we can put something. We'll find some. We'll find something. We will find something.
Well, time for outros. Let me get the banner up. Boom.
That's hilarious.
Outros banner? We gotta have an outros banner. We do. There we go. Start at the bottom, Miss Jen. Let the people know where they can find you. Thank you for blessing us with your voice, your presence this weekend. But yeah, let everyone know where they can find you, where they can support you, and yeah.
So yeah, I'm on Windows Central, writing articles there. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's just GenBox360. I keep that handle everywhere as well. So I'm also on Instagram and TikTok for just memeing in general.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're interested in. So yeah, follow me on any platform, GenBox360.
Cool. And then Miss CHAREECE, where can they find you?
It's your girl CHAREECE here. Again, thank you, Jen, for coming through and blessing us with your presence. It has been awesome talking to you. This has been a very entertaining and educational show today, and it was nice. I had fun today as always.
I'm so glad we covered sex prison.
You know what? I already know that y'all want me to go play this game. Y'all know I like playing weird mess as it is.
Right. I don't know if you can stream it though, but you can play it.
Is it that bad, lady?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You know what? Let me see what I can do. I might have to
Right. You're gonna go check it out.
You know I am.
Yeah.
But yes, thank y'all for coming through. This has been an interesting program today. I will have to make a whole new board in our Discord for some show requests. But I will do it sometime this weekend.
Okay.
Okay. But yes. Anyway, CHAREECE here. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Threads. I am always in somebody's comments lurking because that's where the good juicy stuff is at. And I'm nosy, and I will share screenshots with the ladies. But yes.
All right, lady, where can I find you?
Tell me, it's my
Yep.
turn.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Thank you for everybody for coming through. If Lila was here, she would say, "We miss you. I know you're doing stuff, but we miss you already." She would say, "Make sure you check out the merch, you check out the Discord, check out
Right.
the Patreon. Make sure you check out Delilah_HD on all platforms." And as for me, I beat my face today, so we're gonna stream something today. I don't know what, but we got like 2 streams. Oh,
So I did my face, so we're
I beat my
streaming.
face. Okay, Jen, if you don't know what that means, beat my face is like I did my makeup. So
I know what beat my face means.
Oh,
I watch
okay,
Drag
okay,
Race.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna play something. I think we got like 2 or 3 more streams before PAX. We're gonna have a vlog later on today. Thank you so much for joining us, Miss K. I don't want to miss your question. Is gaming going to be digital sooner than we want to? Either you're gonna to answer your question real quick, either you're gonna adapt to digital or you're not gonna be playing no games at all. That's the future. And thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Jen, for blessing us. And we will see you guys next week.
All right. Again, it's LBoogie0208. I'm the same on all platforms. Please follow me wherever you please. We appreciate everybody for coming through and listening to us gab this weekend. All of us, all you guys that support us. Make sure if you're at PAX that you come find us. We'll have goodies and all that stuff. And share the stream out. Tell your cousins, tell your pastor, tell everybody that GWG is live every Saturday at 1-ish, right?
Yeah, 1-ish.
Maybe not exactly at 1. All right. Thank you again, Jen. Make sure you guys follow Jen over at Windows Central or on Twitter. We will see you guys next week. Peace.
Bye, guys.